what's going on? Hold up, hold up. Hey y'all, what's going on? Happy Thursday, happy Thursday. Hope you all having a great week. I'm myself having a great week. Today is tomorrow is my off day, so I'm here to give y'all live. What's going on? What's up? Hope y'all chilling. Hey. What's going on? So y'all see the thumbnail, y'all see everything. It's gonna be for couples therapy. So we're gonna talk about this for in 4 weeks increment, and each week we'll introduce a new couple. So, because I wanted to dive down for each relationship and give my opinions or opinions about the issues, their topics, and stuff like that. Have a discussion. I know it's like Thursday night, and I know usually people don't come to my lives on Thursday night, which is fine. We play a game. Please hit the like button and share your opinions and everything. I'm trying to see if I will keep it on Thursday night or probably do it on Friday because I don't know I don't know. We'll see. Because I do like the interaction and I want more people to come in the lives. But, I know it's a different week because not usually on my Sundays that I usually do it. But, things change. But, yes, it's couple therapy. It's on Showtime. If you have Showtime, please watch it. It's only 30 minutes episodes. It's really good. If you like to watch like therapy and process and how it goes and different techniques and stuff like that, it's welcome. Hold on. Hey, shine bright like a diamond. You're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Yes, but it's really great. It's on Showtime. But if you have Paramount Plus, you can watch it on Paramount Plus, and it's really good. It's 4 seasons, and we're gonna talk about the current season. I watched season 3, and we watched season 4. I don't know if we're gonna have more episodes for season 4, but we'll see. I ain't watched season 1 or 2 yet, but I will watch those seasons as well. And it's really great. Y'all know some of my background, like I was a school undergrad for psychology and then school counseling. So I like things like this. I like to see sessions and everything. Even I haven't personally went to therapy myself, but you never know. In the future, might be what's going on. But I appreciate this because it's only 30 minutes episodes. You could get it quite a lot. She features like 4 couples at a time, each with their own power, own each issues and dynamic in the relationships. Maybe one party is more for and the other ones, or it's both equally. But what I do like about that, even in the marriage and relationships, you get to see the self-reflection and how do you show up in a relationship that may contribute to the conflict that y'all existing in within your own personal relationships. So it's used is even though it may be like an issue that may be a one party fault, sometimes it's pays to look different in how you show up in your own relationship and how that plays a part in the dynamic in the relationship. And one thing about this, we have this therapist named Dr. Ona, and she a psychoanalyst. And something that's like a technique that I like as well. When you look at the deep, when then the subconscious, the back of the past, the childhood that reflects what's happening in the present. So, in a psychoanalyst person, a therapist, they practice approaches and have you focus within yourself and look deeper and look in, try to tap into unconscious that you may have buried from what you had experienced and how it show up today in your adulthood. Because like it or not, we tend to repeat our experiences. We tend to repeat our history. And sometimes you may bury that down at an unconscious level that you not even realize it until you really have to do the work to self-reflect and see that, oh my gosh, maybe I'm showing up this way. It's because you had experienced something that's similar that it plays out in your adult life. So her practice is psychoanalysis and getting people to reflect. And sometimes it may not work for everybody because some people might not want to go into that realm of self-reflection, and they may want to talk more about the behavioral because it's other techniques like behavioral therapists, cognitive behavioral therapy. It could be other type of therapy, art therapy, self-reflection. It's a lot of forms of therapy that's out there. And sometimes some therapists may have tap into different areas of each a little bit, but most therapists have that foundation they fall on that is built for what they practice is. And also, what I also like about the show is not only that she's counseling these people, she also showed the process of how every therapist have a group of peers and a clinical advisor that they go to talk about things because you can get burned out. And also, you give it insight. So she has a person that's like in the highest standard, a clinical advisor that she goes to report to and talk about some issues because they're bound to confidentiality. So she can talk about these things with her. And she also have a peer group of different professionals that help her give her insight as well in her practice. So as more as she's not just only by herself, but also getting getting the knowledge and the impact and perspective from others to help her with her practice. So I think I like that process because when you're your own tool, you need to flourish this because it's so easy you get burned out and get stressed and get um, drop in someone's couple or your counter transference is happening or transference happening in your own thing that's like, what about this couple that's bringing something out of me that I may or may not can help them with, that bringing some unresolved issues in my own personal life. So it's like that constant need of having an outside therapy and peer group that keep you grounded. It's great to see that. So I'm excited with something I talk very passionately about. And we're going to do each couple at a time. So what is couples therapy? Like I explained, couples therapy is on Showtime, it's thing, and they talk about their relationship. You get a deep insight on how things. It's also not only to see how they go through their process, it's also get you reflect of your own personal life and how what may you have experienced that may show up in needs of conflict if it happens with the partner or if you're not. And if you're not in a relationship, it's a great way to find out what can you handle and you can't handle and what can you reflect on. So I feel like all that is greatly appreciated and great. And I like how they put together the show to give us couples in all walks of life, don't discriminate, straight couples, gay couples, as polyamory couple, because this season featured a throuple. So it's like it is very unique. So that's the first couple we're going to talk about because I'm going to talk about the order of they were presented in the season. So the first couple will be Aryn, Josh, and Lorena. And then next week will be the different couple, and then third week and the fourth week will be the last couple. I like. So we know we have been talking about this term for a while now. Polyamorous, polygamy, polyandry, all this type of kind of poly type relationships. And I know a lot of people get in those kind of relationships for the wrong reasons or not aware of the degree and the magnitude it takes to be in one. Because I know most people tend to say that it's mostly, or they tend to use it as more of the way of dating other people and sexual needs and gratification and not be settled on one. And it takes more to just that. Because if that's the case, you could just be single and just do that. You don't have to be in a party relationship to freely mess around with people. It takes deeper meaning and understanding that realize that if you are a party that is more than just sex, it is a foundation, it's more as a mentality. And you really have to understand, open your mind. And it can be difficult. And if you're not in there for the right reasons, then you can be lost in the sauce. Lost in the sauce. Because it's very, very powerful and it's very hard or tricky to deal with one person, an extra person. Now add a third into the whole dynamic, especially when you're not solid as a primary couple, that it creates cracks in the relationship and to a higher degree now that it's throuple here. So, oh, hold up. I have the visuals of the couples and I have to put it up. Here we go. So the first couple we're gonna talk about right there, right here. The top left is Josh, Lorena, and Aryn. And the other three couples we will be talking about that when it comes up. But this gives you a visual who the four couples we're gonna be discussing this couple weeks. So Aryn and Josh. Oh yeah, they got the names next to the person, so you can see who's what under the names. Aryn and Josh been together for 8 years. They like the primary couple that have experienced or explored this polyamorous relationship together. Because I think it's an earlier college experience where they saying that, oh my gosh, she was dating Josh and said like, oh my gosh, that guy's look nice and everything. And it's like she always been knew she's poly and not like stagnant and monogamous in realm. And I guess it's like a world that brought Josh into it. And we also have, in the midst of that, Josh been with this girl named Lorena for 2 years. So I would say, oh, for 8 years from the main one, and then 2 years with Lorena. And how that came about. Lorena has been poly for years, so she's not new to this whole experience because what it was. The reason why Josh met Lorena, Aryn has been traveling a lot. She is a traveling circus performer and performer. So she's not all that else home. So because of that, and outside of their own trouble, like Darko had now, they also seeing other people. Now Josh has Lorena and Aryn. Now Lorena has another partner besides Josh, and we're gonna find out Aryn has another partner besides Josh herself. So it's like they always like to the branches of the tree of different little dynamics and stuff like that. Now we didn't really get to address the other people they dealing with, but we just mainly with these three components. So Josh met with Lorena on the Bumble, and it's like he started to fall in love with her. It's like it was not supposed to happen that way, but because they spent so much time together when Aryn's away, that's what it created. It created that love and space. But he wants to plan the future with Lorena. However, Lorena has been scared of that because due to her, she don't talk about the future because her life kind of had put on pause due to unfortunate trauma with her mom, the big C. Her mom experienced the big C, and it's kind of like took her life away. And because of the passing of my mom or going to BC, she's kind of don't plan for the future. She just want to stick in the moment. And she's scared to do the future because she don't know what the unknown will be. She's scared of the unknown. I can't plan for something that I don't know. So she just like she tends to shy away from planning. And also on top of that, it's hard for her to even plan something with Josh, but she don't know how Josh and Aryn dynamic is. What they like, they is what they are willing to go for, and what they have planned for themselves. How she will fit in, and that's a valid thing. On top of her own issues of not planning the future, she also want to say she don't want to plan something, not knowing what Aryn and Josh dynamic is and what they decided to do. Because at the end of the day, they have been the main partnership. Now they want to deal with the hierarchy relationship and make it an anchor relationship where they be all equal and it's not like a hierarchy like Aryn's above Lorena and that's what it is. So any decision you had to do, you had to go through Aryn. So they want to try to create that dynamic, which in itself is very taxing and very hard work and determination to make that happen because jealousy may happen, unresolved feelings might come up, conflict, envy. So you have to really tap into that and really understand what's going on in a dynamic that may comes up when you add in this person. So Lorena always felt like she's been secondary and she just want to know where she stands in this realm of Josh and Aryn being secondary. However, we just find out later on she's been in another relationship that she's secondary to as well. And because they're not really talking about the other one, you don't really know how much pressure she feel, how she feel about being secondary. So feel like she's complacent enough to know that she be in relationships where she's not the primary. So it's like, how is that pushing forward? I mean, you don't want to be secondary and feel left out of things, but yet you set yourself in a relationship, the dynamics that you are by default the secondary person. So, since some things that came up, they came up to see how they were trying to blend this relationship together, and some issues they brought up. Aryn's scheduling is starting becoming more stable with everything now. So her recent schedule is going to be in New York. The taping and setting around Dr. Ona relationships or couples that she counsel is in New York. It's like that. And that's great. That's a great. So because of that, she's going to be more at home. And because she wasn't around as much, that's why kind of Josh and Lorena developed their relationship on this whole thing. And since Aryn was gone, now she's here. How would that plays out? Because at this point, if you don't want to be this hierarchy relationship, how is this playing out? So because of that, they're trying to find the ways that is impact him, and they feel welcome. And how's it affect Josh? How's that? Um, Lorena feel she didn't feel welcome, or Aryn didn't feel welcome in the house. It's like it just feels foreign as that. So he wants to know. He create this thing that he don't want to be blamed because there's a whole issue about being blamed, and we're gonna discuss that in a minute about being blamed. But it's this whole thing that he wants to put the blame on other people and not on himself. How things turns up, and he was getting very abstract in his explanation because there was one point he was trying to get into that realm about women, especially their feelings, they feel the way they in this United States and stuff like that. I said, oh, well, you get very general, especially how you feel within its own Pacific dynamics, which these two ladies, how you feel. Not don't try to offend the women in the United States with your generic statements about women is this, that. And Lorena does feel like the relationship is predicated on what Aryn and Josh. Lorena relationship with Aryn on Josh is predicated on what Aryn wants. Which at this point, that's what is a hierarchy kind of relationship is because Aryn has been the one primarily. So it has to fall on what that they want, and then sit down, explain exactly what's going on. So Lorena is always confused. It's like wondering what would happen to her what would happen to her if Aryn is around more. Will she will fit in, and she will be put in the back burner? And that's something to worry about because as you the third entering this relationship, you always gonna feel the need of how you fit in, and they gonna include you more. Or what? So Josh made an example of how he felt like when it comes to planning, Lorena has been like defaulting because it was an example that she supposed to plan something, and he was excited for it. And he said, "Oh, whatever." And when it came down to it, she failed to follow through on her plan, and because of that, he loaded up a lot of his feelings, his emotions, how he feel about things, and come on these ladies, it's like that. And maybe it's probably not be something that he may think of. It might be like an overwhelming thing, and he had every attention, but something that didn't come up, like the finance and stuff, they ain't sit well. So it wasn't like a purposely trying to default and derail for the plans and not being there for him. But at the same time, like, this happens. And he loaded on her feelings. So Dr. Olu told him, like, listen, can you hold back on your feelings a little bit and not go too heavy on things and just listen. And I think Josh had that feelings about that of feel type of way, hidden his feelings, expresses it, and overwhelms the partners that he's with. And don't get me wrong, expressing your feelings is great, but you got to express your feelings that doesn't be detrimental to the person you with either. Because now they get to tend to shut down because they had to cater to your feelings all the time and not realize the understanding. Because I think he want to express his feelings and not trying to understand their partner, and that cause contempt. So what's the relationship? It's always the constant need to refer to your partner of things, of boundaries, of anything, about family dynamics, how you incorporate the family, how you will living arrangements, how you will children, all that stuff, especially with the third. And if you have the solid foundations, how you go do that? And if you are anchoring from the primary to an anchor relationship, how will you all contribute to that whole life decisions? So when it comes to parents, everyone's having a celebration with her parents or something like that going on. And Lorena is losing hope with Josh and saying what going on with her. Because if they're going to bring Lorena around to Aryn parents, and I don't think Aryn parents really knew she's really polyamorous, how will you introduce? So I guess they going around as being careful of not introducing themselves in a way that let people be alarm bell in their head that they are together as a couple. I guess they introduce themselves as friends, as cool colleagues, whatever it is, and not to the point that they say, "Oh, this is my boyfriend, this is my girlfriend, this is like the first, all that other stuff." So they kind of be very careful how they introduce themselves each other in a public, among the peers, among their families, among their friends, and so because of that, she just feel like she's a backburner again because coming to town, don't know that she's polyamorous and how you introduce this new person. So, so what's the situation happened about cheating, and Josh, he was being very coy when they said, "Oh my gosh, what's happening?" And he said, "You want to say it? You want to say it?" I said, "What's going on back and forth with y'all too? Did somebody say it?" Apparently, Aryn cheated, and I know some people say how if you're polyamorous, how can you cheat? And it's very simple. It's simple enough. Is that even though it is polyamorous and it's a relationship between three people or more, the primary couple, y'all still have boundaries. It's like a regular couple. If you sit down with one, if it was a monogamous couple relationship, and y'all sit down and discuss what y'all consider cheating, what you consider something that will step too far or something that you not allow, and y'all are both agreed on that, and then that person go against that agreement and go outside of that, that's cheating. It's the same dynamic here. Both Josh and Aryn discussed that they agree or not to entertain a particular person. Entertain it. However, it was done. And because that was done, she cheated. And it kind of like blew up the whole agreement they had. So it kind of made it seem like she just lost all rights to make decisions in a relationship because I had to make decisions because she broke the agreement with what we had. And yes, you do have to set boundaries when you're in this kind of dynamic. If you let things happen freely and you don't discuss and y'all just go thing happen. Y'all gonna let room for a lot of envious feelings coming around. You're gonna have jealousy feelings coming around. The unresolved issues that you may not have that may bottle up inside, or you may hold it in and realize the thing just bother you, but you don't want to say it because you don't want to upset the partner that you decided to get in disagreement with. So it's very important and permanent. If you're gonna be this kind of relationship, you really have to set strong boundaries and adhere to it. But when a party breaks it, it creates a whole dynamic of mistrust. It's very hard when it's two people. Imagine we add three or more. So yes, it treated could happen if it go outside which I agreed upon. And eventually that's what happened. So he said she blew all lights to make decisions, but I said, even though you was hurt and you wanted to put the blame on her and it's not on you. We're gonna talk about why he feels so strong about the blames. Put the blame on her. It's like she created this, she other than that said no. At the same time, she still needs to have the right to be involved in the decision making when it comes to move forward with Lorena and whatever, and with other people, whatever y'all decide to have. However, she likes control. She likes to control. So I feel like that's the whole another reason is like at this point, even though she comes to terms that she knows she kind of lost rights of making decisions of things, however, she still needs to be that part decision making factor. And Lorena needs to know because she needs to know if they on the same page. If they're not on the same page, how can I be involved in this with these two people? And I agree. Because it just make that person just feel like what's going on. And it seems like if y'all can't bounce together, if y'all can't get it together, we're gonna make some. We're gonna make for us. So, but she wants to control, and I think that control can only happen when she is the hierarchy. But if y'all trying to do away from that, then we can't have this. Oh, I'm the pedestal above you. I mean, so you need to listen to what I want. So she wants to control, have more controls, but Josh wants her to have less control. And that creates the little how the dynamics is happening. So how we go about this whole oh, before we get to that blame story. We have got 5 or 6 years for Aryn not really expressing her feelings. She holds things in of what's bothering her. And things does bother her, but she doesn't say what bother her. So she's adaptable of what's happening in the scenario. So whatever's going on, she agrees with that. But at the same time, she does what she wants to do. So it's like this gymnastics mind she's playing. Is that I do whatever I want, even though I like to agree to everything you want, because I can get to do what I want. So by agreeing to everything your demands, I can do what I need to do. And that probably created why she did what she did. Because it is what it is. But you're not doing anybody's service by holding your feelings in and what's bothering you. Because how do you really feel him falling for another person besides that? I mean, I know you have your other extra person and Lorena has her extra person, but how do you really feel? Is it you think it was only supposed to be this and not to the point that it got too serious? Because what we kind of find out from Lorena, she's been like, she wasn't really dating no one for like a couple of years because she had went through a past breakup, and it ended tumultuously. So she tried not to stray away into this again and got covered to this dynamic with Josh like that. But it happens to be that she started for him and vice versa. So now here we are, even after she was like she trying not to do that. But the fire story. the reason why they understand the way he form about place the blame and stuff like that, and make you the guilty party, and it's not on me, and it's like that. How he expresses feelings of not taking it seriously or priority, or don't want to be the fault of something happening. So he gradually is like, "Oh no, you did this. No, you did that. You did this. Whatever." So he had a college experience, and this is what I was saying, that the whole power of your past experiences just kind of plays out in your current relationship, and how it plays out your conflict and your dynamics in the relationship with people you are with, because of things happen. And because of the story, it then leads to us to understand how he moves and how he feels about things when it comes to blame and responsibility, accountability, and stuff. So it was a college experience he had, and he had three people who had never eaten a s'more before. They never had s'mores, camping trips, the chocolate and the marshmallows and the freaking graham crackers, and you got cooking in your little fire, making those mushy. Camping experience is so cute. I like that. So I was in my little boat a little quick, but so they never had s'mores. So he said, "Okay, y'all, I'm gonna show you the American experience. Let's go have some s'mores." So he and a group of other people, I guess it was not other people, went to an area. They created s'mores, and they had experience. So before they left, they was making sure the fire was contained and didn't blow up. It was no fire left. Everything. So when they went back home, they said he checked, came back home, and come to find out it just erupt. The fire in that area, around the area, erupt, and it create a damaging. It create a lot of damage. A lot of homes was damaged. The nature around it was damaged. So at this point, it created a massive damage to the area when it had to be like for days and weeks trying to contain the fire. That's how much it was. So because of that, the police, like the detectives, whatever, was investigating him, was talking to him, and college kid at the time, he took upon himself to speak on it, interrogated him. At the first, they talked to him, they said, cool, cool. It's no problem. So everybody else could corroborate the story. He said, yeah, I'm sure the other 9 people could corroborate my story. It's no issue. They could corroborate it. And when they talked to other people, it was all said and done. And when all is said and done, they thought it was nothing of it. Come and find out, they come to the paper, and the names was mentioned. So they had to go to court, but they went to criminal court, but they found out it was no evidence, no hard evidence to pinpoint them to the crime, to the scene of happening, the arsony. So it went to civil case. If it can't try criminally, they can try civilly, and that's a civil, that's money. So I think they lost a civil case. I think they said that, right? Correct me wrong. They lost a civil case, and they were sued for millions and millions of dollars. And the whole village, the whole town wants someone to blame. And because of what happened, I think he became the martyr, the person to put the blame on. He took the heat. The other people who was with them stopped talking to him. He took full responsibility. I think he was kicked out. He was kicked out somewhere, but he took full responsibility. People just stopped talking to him. So I was like, that was devastating for you, the person that be the mark for everybody to be hated on, to not like you, to put the blame on something because they lost their livelihood to the fire that caused in the nature, and you was the one who took responsibilities, and everybody just owned you. To this day, you haven't talked to no one. So because the orientation of blame is was put on Patuto's all responsibility of what happened to him, he tends to have extreme response to taking responsibility and taking blame on himself. So when it comes to that, he don't like to be blamed because he had a whole experience that the whole community was blaming him and responsible for what happened. They want the villain, and he was the villain. So that's very tough for someone to deal with alone by himself, and people just disown you and just make you feel the fall of it, and they go about their lives while you have to live with this for your rest of life of be responsible for something that probably wasn't like a purpose act. Maybe they thought they did that. It probably was a little figure of fire still left. Whatever. But so that he goes to the extreme to explain of how he responded to things. So is put perspective is like if he comes to fault that he's to blame, he said, no, you was the fault. Like when he told the cheater, he said, no, it was happening to you. You did it. Did you say that? It's like he don't want that stigmatization to be blamed for anything, especially. So he's like, he wants to create, and that's when he goes so strong about his feelings about things. And hold on. So then we start getting more of Aryn feelings and how she feel about how Josh and Lorena is connecting and spending time with each other. And we get to see that she may feel a little bit type of way about it. And even though it may not be to extreme, to the point that, oh my gosh, I hate this girl. And to the point that it's like, oh, feelings might be showing up. Because this is a guy for 8 years, and this person came from around, and I wasn't around, and now I'm here, and you spend a lot of time with her, and I feel type of way about that. And it's understandable. It's very understandable that feelings is resurfaced. That's you have to constantly talk, constantly work on yourself, constantly see if y'all on the same page for things happen. If you do feel type of way about this, let your partner know. And it's what it is. Now, do I see myself being a polyamorous in my own personal relationship? No. However, I have not closed off to the idea if I was approached by a couple who want a third. We never know. You never know. I'm grown. And it's see how to talk it out. Because, I always intrigued how other people live. And that's the point that I want their life. I just always intrigued how things works out or doesn't work out. And what works and what doesn't work. Especially when it's more than monogamous. Because we see so much of monogamous relationship, which is fine. But it's always an interesting dynamic to see how more than one people connect. Because there are people out there who do feel like they can't just be tied down to one person. And I feel like a lot of people be honest with themselves and not be too, I don't know, maybe it's because of how society is and how these pressure on you and what's right or what's deemed appropriate, what's deemed not be appropriate. And like if you didn't have so much constraints and confine, I think a lot of people probably be more to themselves and more open about the possibility of the idea. Because it seems like if you don't know and you tap into it, then you may be into this. But you never know. And if you know, you experience, you explore, and you realize, nah, that can't be me, I can't deal with that, that's fine with you. You just gotta learn and know what can you and you can't handle. So I'm finna start to resurface, and it's very understandable. And I think because for so long she agrees to things, it kind of like she stuck to what he wants and kind of holds to what she wants. And she doesn't like it at times. And I guess it's like the threat of being there, the level of threat of Lorena being there. And so at some point, they had a hit pass of them being with the arrangement they having. What is this arrangement between these three? It's a hard time now. We hitting a roadblock. How we push forward. I might not be agreeing to some things that he wants. So how do we work on that? And also understand the other person's feelings. Because you don't want to issue on their feelings either. Because they part of it just as experienced as much as you are. So you don't want to disregard that. So we go from that. And we playing game and people who watch it, if y'all feel the type of way about how you feel about explaining things, y'all let me know in the comment section down below on the chat. But so Lorena says she have an anchor partner outside of Josh, and she herself is a secondary for that as well. And I guess the partner wanted to invite Josh to the event, and they want to know if should the partner invite Josh or should she invite Josh. So she's very hesitant to invite him because she don't know how that will plays out. So I guess she said she'll feel detached of being the main character in her own life. And when they asked Aryn to explain how she feel about that, because he's like, it's very understandable. That's very eye opening for her to say she feels detached of her being a main character in her own life. Like she like complacent of being behind and being at the focus point. So that she tends to unconsciously tends to be herself in situations where she's not the primary. She's only secondary. So because of the loss of mom and then her tumultuous relationship of the last one, it's like it creates her in this bubble. So she's just hesitant to push forward to things when she needs. And Aryn, when she asked her to explain and how she feels, she went a whole different tangent about somebody else. And they really talked about what Lorena was talking about. I said, girl, what's going on? So another thing also is the Vita out. Because they want to push more from the primary to the anchor's relationship, Lorena had another fear of that she might get Vita out. Because you know Aryn has the power. It's like, can Aryn and George say, no what, we don't want Lorena here. We just exit out alive, and that's that. And that's also a fear. That could be a fear in a person. That's to say, would I entertain it? Maybe a possibility, but you have to learn about things and realize that at other point they could say, no, we don't want her to be around. And will you be okay with that? And they say they don't have to worry about that happening because they like Lorena, they love Lorena, and they wanna they see themselves with her around. So I don't think they will veto her out, but that's could be concern because any member they can woke up and say no, we don't want her around, and that's that. So that's what they're trying to create this new dynamic, a relationship, and they will become more non-hierarchical and not create this who's above what and create an equal standard for all three, and they be all good and how to shape the confines of what it is for those three. And like I said, what this type of dynamic is very difficult. Like we watched the show Couple the Thruple, and there's a new season on Peacock. So if y'all interested in watching the new season, I know some people was like, "Oh my gosh, it's too much," but I may watch it. Now I did talk about it a little bit, but I don't think I'm gonna review it. But it's interesting to watch to see how things happening. But I don't think about it. I just wish the new couples this season won't be all freaking humping, dumping like they was done the first season because it's confused things. And we need to see more conversations. I need to see more counsel sessions. I need to see more of that to really deep down of just not be about sex. It's more than that. If you come to the mindset of that's what it is, then you came to the mindset of polyamory in the wrong thing. Because it could work if y'all all put the work in it. But also, I can see that it could may not be work due to not coming to understanding the terms of what you want. And that stems from, oh, hold up. It stems from you Deep down, what you want. Do you know? Can you be with some more than one person? Can you, without trying to doubt, no, you can't deal with more than one. You want a monogamous relationship. It starts from you. If that's what you want, then you have to pick a partner that share the same goals. Sometimes people pick people that go against their own ideology and what they really want. It's because that person is so enthralled, you really want to be involved in their life that you decide to go for anything they want or not. So I just these sessions it is kind of first group. That's why I want to get this out the way because I know sometimes a lot of people don't really like to talk about financial relationships, even though it's there. But because maybe it's a very complex kind of thing, and maybe you can't see yourself entertaining that kind of idea. But it's always eye opener to learn about different dynamics. And what I advise people who is into these type of scenarios is to make sure this is what you really want and not just going along with that. It was a couple in the last season that was kind of entering this kind of realm. But however, we kind of find out that person that actually really wants this. She was creating this dynamic to create some cause this drama happening, chaos to happen. They don't need to have this chaos if that's what you really don't want. But you create that dynamic because that's the only way it should go to create this kind of way of discontent between the couple. And the couple broke up. However, but it was using that in a way to escape realism, reality. And we can't escape. We have to live sit in it. So I think a lot of this things and dynamics kind of like get your eye open. Can you handle this? What come about of this? What comes up? What feelings comes up? We get this that kind of dynamic. If you was a third being asked to join a couple, what would be your own kind of feelings? Will you be okay being secondary? Will you be okay having been a hierarchy kind of relationship when they could just make decisions and could X you out anytime? Do you really want an anchor relationship and then not hierarchy? Because we know that Aryn and Lorena don't have a relationship with each other. No intimacy, no physical intimacy, none of that stuff with each other. And they all kind of anchor towards Josh and the basketball too. So it's not like it's like just only just three and that's it. Because they all have these two have another people outside of those relationships. So it's like it's just like a branch. And can you handle it? Can you handle that? So these type of questions can you bring up? And what can and if you a person is interested in picking a partner, how do you go by that? How do you set the boundaries? And how do you handle if somebody breaks that boundary? So, with that being said, this is the first couples therapy. It was great. I want to get them out the way so we can discuss the other ones. And like I said, I like how Dr. Otto approaches things. That's the type of approach. If I was ever do that type of work, that's probably my approach of things. Psychoanalyst, analysis, uh, not analysis, psychoanalyst therapy, where you tap in the unconscious, the um, the past, how it shapes the future, and how you repeat things, how you become what you run away from, or become what you experience. If you even if it was a good experience, if you had a good experience, you like to tend to repeat that in your adulthood, or you had a bad experience, try and away from it, and then you get to the same kind of dynamics, and it's kind of reminding you of what you would experience that you try to block off. It brings up feelings. It brings up things. So it's like you just got to reflect. It's always the constant of things. And when we talk about the other couples, we'll bring some more of things because I feel like I had some insight of how other couples goes. It makes my personal experience and stuff like that. That show up of this. So this is couples therapy. Hope y'all enjoy this thing. I know a lot of people don't. It's gonna be replaying this. So replay game, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how y'all feel about this thing. Have you watched the show? If I'm talking about it, make you want to watch the show. I have to get the guys to do that. So like that. So y'all let me know. We can have more conversations about this. Please watch it on Paramount Plus or Showtime if you're anyone, and check it out. You won't be disappointed. I feel like it was a great watch because it really gets down to the nitty-gritty. Now, they could go down more, but how many weeks they have, how many episodes they give, how many since it's only 30-minute increments. I could have watched each episode at least an hour or so if you give us more. But I think 30 minutes is just enough time to showcase the four couples in the weeks of trial. And even though I feel like more could be asked, more could be done, it also shows the thing that even after therapy ends, your healing doesn't stop there. It continues on. And hopefully that you take the tools that you was given from your sessions and to continue to apply it. And if you don't continue to apply it, y'all can very much fall back to your old ways of what led y'all to get to therapy in the first place. So, yeah, I like to talk about things like this. It get more deep. It's like that. I had no personal stories to reflect to this because I'm not in no polyamorous relationship myself and none of that. But I had dinners with couples before, but not to the point of relationship. You know what I mean? I'm grown. But other than that, that's it. I appreciate y'all coming through. I don't know. Quick updates. Power is coming back tomorrow. So I will review Power. And I think what I'm going to do, because I know I said script the shows are just members only. I don't have enough members yet. So I might just do like a live of Power. But make the chat members only chat. And give people more incentivized of watching it. But everybody can watch the live. Because, I don't want to shut out everybody who's been following my Power reviews and enjoy them. So, gonna do that. Or maybe pre-record it and I just premiere it and give it to y'all. So we'll see. Because, the new episode airs on probably midnight. So if I watch it tonight, take notes, and maybe tomorrow I could just probably premiere or do a quick little live. We'll see how it goes. Like that. My caption video is up already for members. It's up for members now. Tomorrow at 12 o'clock, it will be for everybody else. So yeah, we get my caption video. And some other shows that's out that I want to watch and talk about. I know Dubai came out, but I don't think I'll review it. I'll just not really feeling the housewives right now. I just want to take a break, wait for Atlanta to come back, and now review Atlanta. But that's it. Oh, I'm watching the ultimatum essay, and I think I might talk about it too. I had to take no notes because I don't feel like taking notes right now. So I probably just do like an open discussion of that, and I'm trying to probably do it on Friday night, see more people come around because I see it seem like the Thursday night not getting much viewership. But I appreciate y'all who watching it afterwards because I do feel like the views is getting up there when y'all watch it after I finish the live. But I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I hope you had a great day. Everybody who's listening in the bushes, I appreciate you listening in the bushes. People replay game, please like the video and tell me how y'all feel. I know it's kind of like a little heavy, but wait till we get to the other three couples because they got more to say about those too. And that's gonna be something else. So he said, "Ooh, child." I mean, I could have done a couple now, but I was like, I don't want to overload with that. I want us to sit down with this. So with this couple, what's your views about polyamory? Will you ever entertain it? If not, why? Why not? Have you had experience on polyamorous before with a couple, or you into your own? Tell me. It was your no. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Peace out. All right. Talk to you later. Love y'all. Peace out.